learned from that was what's involved with the implementation of technology. You can't take wonderful technology and just throw it out and say, you use this. There's a change in behavior and a learning process and a communications process, and you have to start with a logical ramp up of the deployment of technology. And so I have a lot of experience doing that in many different countries, including France. And I've also developed some of the first online research systems back when the internet had to be dialed up before Wi-Fi. So I've always been involved in technology. And from an education standpoint, I went to business school at Columbia back in 1991. I've taught for a little over 8 years at Long Island University, and I've also taught at the City University of New York, CUNY. And at CUNY I would teach renewable energy, and I taught a lot of classes there and helped to train people in how to understand the theory and how to understand the practice of installing renewable energy, and that included solar and batteries. So I've got a good background in doing that. Before I got involved in renewable energy, I was a kohler dealer. Kohler is a big industrial generator manufacturer in the United States. So I really had the bug that I was very interested in making electricity, deploying electricity, analyzing loads, reactive loads, because industrial loads vary. And like your pumps have a particular load profile. I learned a lot about understanding how to meet those load profiles for backup purposes in that experience. Also, engineering renewable energy systems. My background in information technology helps in understanding the importance of data capture and data analytics, because from a management standpoint, if we don't know what's exactly happening over time, we don't have the ability to tune things or to learn or to manage. Just let's hope for the best, and that's not how I operate. A little about Solarone. We've been in business for 12 years. The United States is a very competitive market for solar. There are many companies that start up and they can find investment, but then they don't last. And we've lasted for 12 years. And we do that by not trying to be all things to all people. We've stayed very focused with industrial and commercial applications, because that's really the most interesting to us, and it has the most value, because in the US, it's mostly cost containment, because the price of electricity is very high. For some industrial applications, it's 25 cents per kilowatt hour. If you work at it, maybe you can get it down to 14 cents per kilowatt hour. But when you're talking, that could be bills of $60,000 US or more per month. So to bring that down is very important. We also have done some analyses and supported the financials and the engineering for 5 megawatt, 15 megawatt projects in India, and 5 megawatt project in the Dominican Republic. So we're not simply limited to US with our background. As far as, we've talked about the importance of training, and I believe we bring a unique value with training because of the teaching experience and the practical side of the teaching experience with New York University, where I understand how to get people from very limited knowledge to understand what the approach is to analyze a given application and to find the right solution for that application. There are people in the United States that are in the business that look at it and say, oh, I know how to do this, I'll do that for you. and I'll do it for you. And we look at the application and say, what is the load profile? What is the need? And this is particularly important when we look at the situation for GEMRA, to understand your unique opportunities and your unique situation. So we're experienced at doing that, and also managing the construction process. In the US, we're licensed contractors with insurance and everything, so when we do a project